This is a public service announcement brought to you in part by
Nexus Fantasy Football League.
The NFFL Fantasy Football League.
Welcome to week 7. It's the 12 teams in 12 weeks. And of course, I am your champion, the Smooth Effect himself. And I'm here with Mrs. Rogers.
Why are you gonna say it like that?
Because that's how you say it. How would you say it?
Mrs. Rogers.
Mrs. Rogers. So, again, the champion, the Smooth Effect himself. And Mrs. Rogers.
Before we start, I believe you have something that belongs to me. Thank you very much.
Okay, then let me rephrase that. I am the commissioner, of course, the Smooth Effect himself. Because, you know, last time you were on camera with me, I gave a smooth effect. And I'm here with the reigning MVP champion herself,
You know it.
Mrs. Rogers. But today, we're discussing somebody.
Oh, God.
Somebody we both know. We know him pretty well. And he's one of my personal favorites. Do you know who it is? Do you know who it is? You know this? Why don't you try it saying it? Say it the way
I
it.
can't say
Just try it.
it.
Just try it anyway. Just do it.
The BoneCrushers.
No, you gotta say the BoneCrushers.
BoneCrushers.
That's a little bit. I got the BoneCrushers today. We're discussing the BoneCrushers.
BoneCrushers.
So we're gonna discuss Sirhan today. We couldn't find anybody else that wanted to show up because of the heat wave and obviously with the rain, nobody wanted to get out of their house. So we're gonna discuss
Lazy
Sirhan.
fucks.
They're lazy, and we're discussing the BoneCrushers. They don't want to get that bounce crush.
The laziest of them all, by the way.
Maybe, I don't know. But remember from last year, Sirhan was 8-5. He was actually very good. He was a very good team.
Second best.
He was, so technically Alex was 8-5 too.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Okay.
so, but I would say Sirhan was second best because Sirhan was a tough
Technically.
team. Sirhan was actually a really good team. He was the first pick in the draft. His first pick was Drew Brees.
Smart.
And his 5th pick was Adrian Peterson, which was pretty good.
A key player last year.
It was a great pick, though, because we didn't expect Adrian Peterson after his torn ACL.
No. Who would?
No, but he had him, and he was doing great until he traded him away to the Funky Commodinas. And because of that trade, the Funky Commodinas went to the championship.
And Sirhan was out.
Well, we have a reason why Sirhan was out. Obviously, remember from last year, Sirhan did a little thing that is called bad.
He threw a
He
game.
threw a game. Now,
You do not do that.
if it was up for, like, draft picks or whatever, it would make sense. Because if
Yeah.
you're last place, you want to lose the last game to get the first pick. It makes sense why you're doing it. The reason Sirhan actually pulled this was because he didn't want to play Lena. That's the reason why he didn't. That's why reason why he did it. He didn't want to play Lena in the playoffs. It wouldn't have mattered regardless. He would have ended up playing me in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And he probably would have
It
beat
was
me.
all for nothing.
It was all for him, but because of that, he got kicked out of the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Now we know this year, because now there's set rules, that you can't do that. You're not allowed to do that.
No.
So Sirhan's not going to pull that stunt anymore.
Nobody is.
I don't think, but I think he understands now. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to win. That's what he wants to do now. But getting into that, since we know how Sirhan is when it comes to football, he never shuts up about it because he's a huge Jet fan and he loves the Jets. That's why I'm wearing green today, because we're talking about the BoneCrushers Sirhan, who's a Jet fan. But the big problem with him is we all know he likes to talk and he loves to talk about the Jets, even though he knows I'm not a Jet
Among
fan.
other things, but he just
But he loves
talk.
the Jets, okay? He's a huge Jet fan, but he also knows his football.
He does.
So, do you think Sirhan will have a good draft?
Absolutely. He had an amazing draft last year.
I have to agree with that.
Even though he was first in the draft, anybody who's first would have an amazing draft, but he knows his shit.
He does. He does.
He's really good. Watch out for him.
I think he had a great draft. I think he was the best. Out of all the teams that drafted, I say he's the best. He did
He
the
had a
best drafting.
monster team.
He did. He had a really good team. And I mean, no matter what, how many people are going to hate on him, he really had a really good team.
Yeah.
He had Drew Brees, Adrian Peterson, he had Brandon Marshall. You know, that's tough right there. That's really nasty. He did a really good job when it came to his drafting.
He saw something in AP that none of us did.
Well, he didn't
And
see
it
it
worked
long enough,
out.
though. That's the problem. He didn't
Not
see it
long
long enough
enough,
because he
but-
gave it away. He was talking about matchups. This year, he knows, fuck the matchups. It's still Adrian Peterson,
Yeah.
MVP.
MVP.
Right. So, let's say, now last year, we know Sirhan did not do a trash talk video. Though this year, Sirhan must do a trash talk video.
You're obligated.
Yeah,
Sorry.
he has to do it. Now, I don't personally see Sirhan doing his own trash talk video.
No.
I do see him being a part of the trash
You
talk
gotta
video.
at least appear in one.
I see him doing that.
Just appear in it.
I mean,
That's it.
and what do you think it's mostly going to be like? You know, like one of those?
You suck.
Yeah, you suck, honey. I'm sorry.
That's it,
The
goodbye.
BoneCrushers. I'm going to bone crush you.
Once upon a time, I kicked your ass. The end.
Yeah, bone
That's what
crush.
he's gonna do.
But now I want to get into something a little more interesting when it comes to Sirhan. His rivalries. Now, we know Sirhan has a couple of rivalries going on. There's two people in particular.
He's not very liked.
He's not very liked for reasons being of what happened last year. But it's a new season. Everything's, different now. But we do know that there are two people out there that really want to crush his bones. In his sense, actually. And that would be obviously none other than Ryan Leaf's comeback himself, the champion, Sean, the Heartbreak Kid Rosen. And the other one, of course, is the Funky Comedinas. Those two, they want to beat him.
I think most people want to beat him.
Well, yeah, but if we go back from last year, remember Sirhan was able to always beat blacks and women because he was actually your first loss.
Yeah.
And you beat him the first time, but the second time around, no, he took you down, he crushed your bones.
He's going down.
Do you think that he's going to repeat beating blacks and women, though?
I don't know.
Because he would lose to the white guys. He lost to me. And I think he might
How
have
about
lost
we
to Sean.
flip it?
That he only beats the white
All
guys?
the women and the black guys get their revenge.
So what you're saying is that he's not going to have many wins then. Because there's
I'm
4
saying what's
women.
ideal, what I would like to see happen. I don't know if it's going to happen. That'd be nice.
I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to happen.
I don't think so either, but it'd be nice.
But, he will do his whole thing and crush bones. And I really think he will crush the black people's bones and the women's bones. Because that's what he does. He's not racist, he's not sexist, but he crushes the bones.
Yeah.
So, do you think Sirhan is a contender or a pretender?
Definitely contender based on last year. Absolutely.
A contender?
Yeah.
I would put him as a contender.
He's not a pretender.
I think his knowledge is too big, too high to really consider him a
He knows
pretender.
a lot. Yeah.
He does. He knows a lot. I mean, he talks
He's
about it.
good. Yeah, 24/7.
The guy can talk
football.
for 10 hours about football.
Yeah.
And he'll mention 6 of those hours about the Jets, and you don't even care. But he's going to let you know about
And
the Jets.
he doesn't care that you don't care.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
He'll just keep on talking.
He knows I'm a Giant fan. He'll talk to me. Oh, Tom, did you see who the Jets just picked up? I don't care. I don't care who they have. Who they draft. I don't care. You have Geno Smith. Congratulations. You have a shithole quarterback for another shithole quarterback. And she's a Jet fan, too. And they suck.
Former.
No, you can't just jump ship.
Former.
What you became now? All of a sudden you're a Packers fan.
The other green team.
Seahawks?
No.
They're green.
I don't care.
The Jaguars?
No.
They're green.
I don't care.
What kind of green are we talking?
Green.
Cheeseheads?
Yeah.
Oh, she's a cheesehead now.
I like cheese too.
So, okay. She likes cheese. So, here's another question. Do you think that the Jets this year is going to have a higher, whatchamacallit, a higher, what's the word I'm thinking of? I got brain fart. I just can't think of the word. Damn it, what's the word I'm thinking of?
I can't read your mind.
Rank. Are they going to have a higher rank? Like, are they going to have, alright, are they going to have more wins than Sirhan this year? The Jets have more wins than Sirhan. Is that going to happen?
It's possible, actually.
Think so?
Of course.
You think that the Jets, the New York shithole Jets, are going to have more wins in the National Football League than Sirhan does in the next Fantasy Football League?
I think that if Rex Ryan can...
The guy that would have running with the Bulls. You know he wasn't running with the Bulls, right?
I don't care what he did.
I would if that was my coach.
Right. If he could use Geno Smith more than Sanchez, granted, if Geno Smith proves himself to be
He
worthy.
signed a 4-year deal.
Right. If he proves himself to be worthy and they actually use someone other than Sanchez, absolutely, why not? They made that mistake last year.
They've been making that mistake.
Okay, well,
They're going to keep making that mistake because
We'll
Mark
see.
Sanchez gets on his knees and sucks
yeah,
off
well,
fucking
they
Rex
suck each
Ryan.
other off, you know that.
Well, he has a tattoo of him.
His wife does.
His wife is... No.
His
he
wife
has the
loves
tattoo.
him.
His wife have the... That's why he's playing. That's why, because Mark Sanchez fucks his
back
wife.
to Sarhan, please.
Oh, well, yeah. So, you're saying that the BoneCrushers are going to be a contender, and
Yes.
do you think they actually have a chance of actually winning this? Because actually, last year, I think he could have won. I think he could have won. If he didn't pull that stunt, everything would have changed. Things would have been different. If he never traded Adrian Peterson, Alex would have never gotten that round bye. This fucking bye. That would have never happened. Alex would not even be in first place. I don't even think Alex would have made it to the finals. Because his team was actually pretty trashy until Adrian Peterson came along. Tom Brady was his own thing.
Alright. Do I think he could take it all this year?
Yeah, but knowledge-wise. You think he can do a good draft?
Okay,
enough
well,
to
just
probably
because
win?
you know a lot does not guarantee you a win. That's
No.
number one. So, I think it is basically luck and the way you draft. So, you better hope that you draft well. Because it looks like all of us know our shit.
True. But do you think he's going to actually hold this belt?
I think, yeah, eventually, of course.
You think he's at least one
Yeah,
time?
I'm not going to want to give it up, but...
At least one time, though. One time
At
throughout
least
the
once,
season,
yes.
he's going to have that belt. He's going to be MVP.
Yes. He will be. I know it. You know it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the main thing of that now that Sarhan plays in the league, it's more fun now because now we can call them the BoneCrushers.
Sure.
Say it.
No.
You gotta do it. You gotta go like this. The BoneCrushers, and you gotta really I mean, come on. They just had a baby. You have to really put that British accent. The BoneCrushers.
No.
Do it.
No!
Do it.
The BoneCrushers.
Bone.
Bone.
Go. You can continue.
No!
BoneCrushers. Come on. I'm not
You
shutting the
make
video.
me.
I will not shut this video off until she says it. Do it.
No, you're not.
You're the BoneCrushers. So just get it over with and do it.
The BoneCrushers.
Oh, she said the BoneCrushers. You don't have like the
No,
emphasis
sorry.
that I do, but it's good enough.
Not
we
evil
got
like
to say
you.
we got to say it on camera. The BoneCrushers. But next week is a little more interesting because we're going to discuss somebody who's, I have to say, he's a pretty good guy. He's pretty handsome,
He's kind of an asshole.
smart man.
An asshole.
Probably one of the smartest guys I've ever met.
Some piece of shit that we all know.
I have to say he's probably the best looking guy I've ever met. Probably the best looking guy in this league.
Did I mention he thinks he's God?
And he thinks he's God, from what you remember last year. Bitch.
That's
That's right, we're talking about me next week. The smooth effect himself. We are discussing me, but I won't be discussing shit. So it's going to be, and I'm going to put it out right now, you, Mrs. Rogers, the Funky Cow Medinas will be hosting that show. And you know who else is going to be a part of it?
No.
Who do you think? The BoneCrushers! I want to hear what he has to say about the smooth effect. Because he did play last year.
Yeah? Is he good on camera?
He's going to have to be. But I want to hear what he has to say. He's going to have to be on camera sooner or later. So this is your shot. Next week, for week 8, we're discussing... You want to do it with me?
Okay.
Smooth effect himself. That'd be me. So that would be the end of this video now. We finished it, and we didn't hit 16 minutes.
What?
Lately, we haven't been hitting 16 minutes.
Good.
I mean, we're getting close, though.
Good.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Because who wants to watch these videos anyway?
They probably don't even watch it.
Probably.
They probably don't, though.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
I bet you if we started having sex right now on camera, they wouldn't do that. Oh. Now, anyway, so, yes, I am the commissioner of the smooth effect himself, and this is
Mrs. Rogers.
the reigning MVP championship. Show them the belt.
You know it.
Show them the belt. Show them the belt. Reigning MVP championship is upside down. MVP champion. I won't be back next week. She'll be here. Alex, you better get your ass over here. And Sirhan, I guarantee you will be here because I'll make sure you're here.
He's always here.
True. So they'll see you next week. I won't. See you later.
Bye.
BoneCrushers. Out. My bad, bitch.